Press
Start the
record.
recording. Yep.
All right. Hello. You want to kick us off and I'll get people in.
Sure. All right. So welcome to our August chapter presidents and advisors meeting. If you were able to join us at our July presidents meeting, it was just me, and we got to really deep dive into the annual meeting. We'll be going over some more of the annual meeting topics today. But we do have some updates from across the state. And so appreciate everybody being able to join us. As always, slides, the notes being taken by Shayna and Brazos Valley, and then the recording will be posted later today, if not first thing tomorrow morning. We have a pretty full agenda, so we anticipate using the whole hour today. As always, our August and September meeting are our last two standard meetings of the calendar year. For our chapter presidents, those are our last two meetings that fall on the traditional last Tuesday of the month. So our next chapter presidents and advisors meeting will be September 29th. That's the last Tuesday at noon. October, November, and December shift slightly because of the holiday season and because of the annual meeting. And I'll share the exact time and date for the October president's meeting that'll be held at the conference in Waco. And then our November and December president's meetings, president and advisors meetings will be joint with our TMN Tuesdays on those previously published dates, November 10th and December 8th. Okay, Michelle, you want to lead us into some of the state office updates?
Yep. So first of all, welcome back to Hannah. Hannah's on. This is her first meeting. She's been able to be back for the presidents and advisors monthly meeting. So welcome back, Hannah, and little baby boy, bouncing baby boy. It's been a joy to watch her and the new addition to the family as we've been meeting over the past couple of weeks during her return. So and then we now return to normal operations. So as before, contact Hannah for chapter training resources and questions, Texas Master Naturalist marketing, brand, and logo questions and review, and then chapter to state office communications. Okay.
All right. And with that, Hannah, you want to give us the rundown of what you've got coming up on your calendar?
Yeah, good to be back, everyone. Y'all might hear baby noises in the background periodically in various meetings, so I hope you enjoy baby noises. But as we're back, or as I'm back for TMN Tuesday, TMN Tuesday's been going on while I've been gone. Just a reminder, it's the second Tuesday. Asterisk. It is not a second Tuesday in September because of the Labor Day holiday. But also a new thing, not a new thing, but a thing that makes September different from our typical TMN Tuesdays is it's also our annual meeting project fair. And that is why we haven't announced it yet. You know, today is 2 weeks from the date, but we still have the contest open. So if you've been toying with the idea of submitting one of your chapter's projects for the contest, you still have time. The deadline is September 1st at 11:59 p.m. I also just sent out another reminder email about the contests. But because of that, we also don't have a set time frame for that TMN Tuesday just yet. Go ahead and kind of mark your calendars for that 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. time slot because it usually falls right around that time frame. And then we'll release that final time once the contest is closed and we've gone through and figured out the best schedule for that. But go ahead and just mark your calendar for the 15th. And if you haven't yet, submit your chapter's projects into the contest.
Okay, some further updates regarding progress on chapters adopting the governing documents. So remember, we're in an adoption year, an update year of all those since everything has gone into effect at the beginning of this year. Here is the list of chapters that we're still waiting to hear from regarding your chapter operating handbook. So if you see your chapter's name on this list, please, you don't have to shout it out here, but send us an update in email of where you're at with that chapter operating handbook and the update and adoption of it for 2026. Some updates on recertification and milestone pins ordering. The last big mail out of 4,000 and above hours was sent out in early July. And any orders that are accepted now through the annual meeting, those will be collected and given to your chapters, delivered to your chapters at the annual meeting. So it saves us a ton on shipping costs. And so if you will, everything that's been submitted so far will be brought to your chapter at the annual meeting. So if you just make sure you have a representative that would be picking those up if you or a designee isn't already attending the annual meeting. And then with the annual meeting, we always ask you to submit an order for the 4,000 hours and above, kind of now through the end of the year. So, and we'll bring those to you at the annual meeting as well. And so again, this helps us save on shipping costs, which are quite expensive, anywhere from $9 to $20 to ship to chapters, depending on location and the number of items that you have being shipped out. So help us out, save some money on the budget. And if you could order your 4,000 hours and above for the remainder of the year to be brought to the annual meeting. And this isn't like a slog of pre-orders. You have to have people, please be ordering for people who are very close and you are expecting to reach those milestones by the end of the year. So, and then if you could get those items, those orders in by September 30th, and we'll proceed with filling those to bring to the annual meeting.
Okay, we had a couple of people ask about where they can start listing their 2027 trainings, and we have now made that page. So if you go to our news page, the most recent blog post currently is that 2027 training courses. So it's the same thing as the 2026 page, just for 2027. It's not on the home page yet, because I saw a few chapters still have applications open for their upcoming 2026 trainings. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the 2026 on the home page until all of those application periods have closed. So think beginning of September or so, we'll move that button on the home page to be for the 2027 trainings. But if you go to the link that you see there, it's on our Naturalist News page. You'll be able to find for those 2027 trainings and fill that out. And so far, if we go to the next page, we have one chapter that has already filled out the form. I've sent it to a couple people. Again, this is just some people were already asking about it. They had people asking them about it already. So I just went ahead and put that up there. So if you do have, I'll drop the link in a chat in a second. If you do have some of those 2027 trainings already ready to go, feel free to go ahead and fill out the form. If you don't have them ready to go, don't worry, the form will be there for once they are ready.
All right, I can give this update. Sorry, I had a president that needed a link. I was trying to get the link at the same time. So we have some updates on the Pollinators for Texas awards that were recently for the 2026 application period that recently closed. I believe Krishan was going to try to be on the call, but I don't know if he's going to be able to come off of mute or not. So I'm going to keep going unless I hear him holler in the background. But we do have our 2026 Pollinators for Texas Project Awards. Those awardees have been notified, and we do have a very exciting announcement here on the next slide for those chapters that were selected. We have gone through the process of requesting those funds to be processed for those awarded chapters. We do anticipate that those funds will take 1 to 2 weeks to process. That was also communicated in that final email award notice as well, that it typically does take a few weeks for the dispersal of those funds to be sent through the proper channels. And so the next process there, the next steps that we're asking for all of those awarded projects within those chapters is to reply to the notification email with an update for the description, so that we can build out our press release to announce these final awards. So you guys are hearing this list first, and then we will be sharing this press release with the entire state next week. So just let us just kind of keep this a little quiet until we are able to make a really big splash next week with the official press release. But we were so excited to be able to award these chapters their projects for the Pollinators for Texas this year. A really tough year of applicants. Our judges really struggled with the quality and being able and having to choose. The quality was so high. That's what I meant to say. Like, the quality was so great of all the applications this year that they really struggled to make this final selection of those awarded chapters. So really exciting to hear this from our judges, as a kudos to you guys for submitting your applications. So congratulations to these 2026 chapter awardees. Really excited to see all of the great impacts that you guys are going to be able to do over the next year with these projects that you have going. Also, as a reminder, and again, this was in the email that Krishan sent out with those final awarded projects. If you were a 2026 awarded project, you do have a timeline in your email that should be itemized to each of the different steps that you'll follow over the coming year with those projects, which is that project implementation can start now or upon receipt of those funds in early September, hopefully. He has a scheduled awarded chapter check-in webinar that'll be on the 15th. And look, he's in the lobby right now. There he is. We're talking all good things about you, Krishan. But he has this awarded chapter check-in webinar scheduled, and he'll be sending out that email here today to those final project award contacts and the chapter presidents. That's an informational webinar to help answer questions, provide context for the mid-year and the final report check-in, and those timelines, access to the marketing information, all of that as well. That mid-year check-in is on January 30th of 2027, with the project completion deadline of July 6th, 2027, with the final report due at the end of July next year. So again, congratulations to all of those awarded chapters. Really appreciate all of the effort that all of our chapters, the applicants included, put into your applications this year. As I said, it was a really tough go this year for our judges, and they so appreciate all of the time, effort, and passion that you guys put into these projects. Congratulations. Okay, rolling straight from Pollinators for Texas into TMN annual meeting. We are at T-minus, I think, 54, 55 days or so until the conference. So we're getting down closer and closer to traveling to Waco to meet up with everybody. As I mentioned during our July president's meeting, we do have a standard code of conduct for our conference. This is posted on our website, and it will also be shared on our app that we'll be launching here next week. But this is our code of conduct that all attendees agree to upon registering for the conference. In our conference timeline, we are here on our roadmap countdown. We are nearing our early bird registration rates closing and moving up to our price increase for our standard registration starting September 1. We also have coming up next week several deadlines for our contest and award entries. And I'll get into each of those here with some specific slides for each one of those different points in just a second. And then, as Hannah already mentioned, our September 9th TMN Tuesday is coming up in just a few weeks, with all registration closing at the end of September, both our early bird closing at the end of August, and then our standard registration closing at the end of September.
So just a correction on the September TMN Tuesday, it's the 15th.
It's the 15th. You're right. We did change that because of the the Labor Day holiday. Thank you. My oversight there. So agenda items that are specific for chapter presidents and advisors, our chapter leadership luncheon will be held Thursday, October 22nd, starting at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Chisholm Ballroom. That will be on the upper level of the Waco Convention Center. If you are able to attend in person, please make sure that you have registered for that agenda item on your registration. That registration, registering for that agenda item is our food head count for lunch for you. If you as chapter president are not able to attend, please make sure that you've selected a chapter designee to be able to attend in your place. That's also where Michelle is handing out those milestone pins. So we need a representative from each chapter to be attending for picking up some of those items. So again, please make sure that you're registered so that we have an accurate head count for food. If you are not able to attend, or you have sent a designee, but you still want to listen in as the chapter president or advisor, we will be live streaming and recording the meeting virtually. The virtual link will be sent out in early October. But please know that we'll be eating for the first hour, and you really don't want to watch us eat. So you don't need to log in until closer to that noon hour when the virtual meeting will actually start. One common question that I start to get around this time frame from chapter presidents is, can I get a list of our attendees from our chapter members that are attending the conference? Absolutely. Happy to send that to you. You can either request that list now, or you can wait until the end of September when registration closes. I'm happy to send it to you as we go through. I don't want to send it to you on a daily or weekly basis, but I can send it to you as we get closer to the conference. And you may consider having that attendee list for arranging carpooling to and from your chapter's location. You may use that list to help select that designee for the chapter president meeting attendance, or for selecting who's going to pick up the items from the A&M Press bookstore for your bulk curriculum orders, or for those people that you're going to have shuttle your silent auction items to the conference, and then any sort of follow-up VMS reporting after the conference as well. Okay, Hannah, do you want me to cover this?
You just went a little quiet, so I'll try to talk fast. We
Okay.
have our communication director roundtable at the annual meeting. If you want to review the last one, there's the recording there. But it'll be that Friday, the 23rd from 2 to 3 in the Ranger Room 110. There's also a VMS roundtable, also on the 23rd at 4:20 to 5:20. And then we also have our training director roundtable. Again, if you want to review the old recording, we have that linked there as well. And that'll be Saturday, the 24th from 4:20 to 5:20, also in that Ranger Room 110.
And my slides got a little rearranged here, so these are a little out of order. But one of the questions that, again, I commonly get asked around this time of year is people are starting to make their plans to get to the Waco Convention Center, to get to the annual meeting, is where do I park? And this will be outlined in all emails that we will be sending out starting at the end of September. We'll be sending out regular emails to all registered attendees with this type of information, but parking is free in both the Franklin Avenue lot and the Washington Avenue lot there within close proximity to the Waco Convention Center. As mentioned, our registration rates are increasing next week. We have our early registration ending on August 31st, and then we will go into standard registration rates starting September 1st. So if you are still on the edge of considering attending, or if you have members that are still on the edge of considering attending, please encourage them to make that decision quickly so that they can capitalize in on that early registration rate that is minus $50. We also have options for guest meals. If you are bringing a spouse, a partner, a friend that does not want to necessarily attend the sessions, but wants to be there for the meals with us, our guest meals only pass is $300. Or if you have a a significant other, spouse, partner, friends that wants to just attend the awards dinner on Saturday night, we do have an individual ticket for that for $75 there. And then that cancellation policy is listed on our website in multiple different places, but we will allow for cancellations with that partial refund up until Tuesday, October 6th. Anything after that, there are no refunds after that because I turn in meal counts the very next day. For chapter presidents, we did send out an email in June with the discount codes for each chapter to have one discounted registration. That discount is $100 for a full conference attendee. And so please make sure that you are utilizing that discount code for your chapter members that may need that additional financial help to get to the conference this year, or as designating it to a chapter leader or somebody that that you want to make sure is an attendee of this year's conference. So we leave the power of deciding how to give that discount code out within each chapter's leadership. Y'all get to decide that. But again, please use that during registration. And that discount code will end on September 15th. That is prior to all registration closing, because I need to be able to finish our budgeting for the conference with those discount codes in mind. So please make sure that your chapter designee is using that discount code by September 15th. And let me know if you have any questions on that as well. So our silent auction is always a perk of the conference, always a great thing for thinking about your holiday shopping as you're getting ready for the holiday season following October. So our silent auction is a great way to not only to collect those items for yourself, but also to give back to the conference. And so if you saw on the last slide, our discount codes are funded from silent auction proceeds of the previous year. So last year, the Brazos Valley's 2025 silent auction raised funds that allowed us to then give these discount codes and registration discounts for one for each chapter. So really appreciate that effort. And so we want to do that again every year to be able to continue that feedback loop into the following year's conference. So we're asking each chapter to consider giving specific items that have regional representation for your chapter's ecosystem, naturalist items, travel packages, handcrafted items, or themed baskets. The request has gone out for items from each chapter, include up to a value of $100 is the current request from at least one item of $100 of value from each chapter. But you as individuals, we also encourage you to bring items. I end up collecting a whole bunch of things on the floor of my office every year that I think have value to add into the silent auction. And so different art, photos, collectors items, things like that may be of interest to other master naturalists. We do have a form on our website that you can submit that information, as well as a receipt and more information on our website on how to donate those items, where to drop them off, or where to mail them to. I'm looking at the chat and I see, can we still donate books? Absolutely, Mary. I like books, and so I would love to be able to buy some more books from my bookshelf from the silent auction. So please consider those as a great silent auction donation. And then Katie says, the artwork in the lower picture is comfortably on the wall next to where I'm currently sitting. So congratulations on your silent auction purchase from a few years ago, Katie. It's great to see that cycle again in those items. And then swap shop. If you have items that you want to consider donating, but are maybe more of useful tools that are for chapter use, that may be more appropriate to just be given away, maybe not of the same quality value for a silent auction, but more of a quality value item for a swap shop. We will also have a swap shop again this year, thinking of things like extra file folders or empty brochure pamphlets, things like that, that we could put into our swap shop table for others to use. Okay, Shifting gears just a little bit of other dates and deadlines to make sure that you've got on your calendar for the annual meeting and things to think about picking up, ordering in advance. We have our bulk curriculum order. So as you're planning your 2027 training cycle, you can order your TMN statewide curriculum books now and pick them up at the conference, saving on shipping. If you've ordered these books recently, shipping has gone up. It's now, I think it's like $12 a book, or $12 for the first book and then $3 for the books after. And so shipping has gone up for our curriculum books. And so you can save all of that by having them ordered and delivered to you at the annual meeting and have you or another chapter designee take them home from the conference. They are heavy. Keep that in mind when you're thinking about having that person haul them back. We will have some help on hand to help load them in the car for you, though. That deadline is December 1st. I did send that email out. It will go out one more time just as a reminder for all chapter presidents.
October 1st. You said December.
Tomorrow.
October 1st.
Everything is tomorrow.
We'll cover it again.
Thank you. Okay. I have a few more slides on annual meeting. I do apologize. Again, all of these slides are going to be on our website. And I do have a summary slide at the very end with all these dates and deadlines so that you can just take a screenshot of just the deadline page. But our TMN merch pop-up store launched today. Really excited to get this out. Every year we have an opportunity to host a pop-up store and then have the items again for delivery at the annual meeting, saving on the shipping, because shipping is very expensive. And so you can order now your Ask Me shirts, polos, fleece jackets, Game Guard shirts, and a new annual meeting logo shirt as well. The cool thing about the polos is that you can actually have your individual chapter name ordered for those polos as well. So you can have your chapter name embroidered onto them. Keep in mind, you will order those items between now and September 1st. The pop-up store will stay open for these next 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks or so. But then you won't get the items until you get to the conference. So it's not Amazon Prime. You won't get them in 2 days, but you'll get them when you get to the conference in October. So this is a great way to think about ordering items for yourself, or maybe ordering items for your upcoming chapter classes, training class members, things like that as well. So all of that is listed on our website, and I think Hannah sent out a listserv email earlier today with this final link. And then I think this is my last slide on annual meeting. But last but not least, we are also looking for volunteers for the conference. It always takes an army to put together a conference of this size. So if you have some extra time on your hands while you're there, you want to obtain some of your volunteer service hours while at the TMN annual meeting, you can sign up to volunteer. And we have that link on our website, as well as I believe it's being sent out in an email this week, if not next week. So plenty of time to be signing up for those volunteer shifts while you were there at the conference. We're always looking for help with our registration, our information desk, our silent auction, classroom hosts, doing general event support, or even some of our tech help as well. Okay, I went pretty fast. Michelle, you've got some more slides here, but we will stick around for some questions on the annual meeting. I know that you're probably getting a lot of those questions, and we want to make sure that we're providing you with the answers to be able to provide back to your chapter members.
Yeah, so just to reiterate on milestone recognition again, we do recognize all of the registrants for the annual meeting who have reached a milestone since about that time last year. So over the past year. And this is a reminder to, as a chapter, if your admins can go in and just help ensure that milestone awards are updated. We're going to pull the registration list. We're going to do 2 kind of batches of work on the registration list, because this information goes on their name tag, and we're getting posters ready and programs and all the things ready for the annual meeting and to recognize your good work there and milestones. So we're going to be pulling information from VMS on August 31st, right after registration closes, or right after registration increases that day, or actually the following night. So August 31st is the end of early bird pricing. We will pull information from VMS at that time and begin making posters for the registrants that are being awarded at the annual meeting. And then we'll do a final poll of anyone else who is registered from September 1st through September 30th, and gather that information on their awards again on September 30th. So as chapters, if you can help ensure that that information in VMS is updated, because that is where we pull the information from. So as I mentioned, milestones will be recognized at the annual meeting. We would be looking, the time frame we'd be looking at for anyone who has reached a milestone in the past year, roughly October 15th, 2025 through September 30th, 2026. When I go through and make those reports, I also note who is very close to the next milestone as well, like within reaching it within the next month. So I will also do our best to watch those who are nearing a milestone and get as much updated across all of the things that we're working on for the annual meeting for those milestones too as they come in. But please do recognize that there is a point where we have to get everything to the printers, and though it may not be updated on a poster or a program, it will be updated in the presentation for the annual meeting. So just keep that in mind. And then lastly, for any milestone awards, 4,000 and over, we would love pictures of the individual from within the past year. So we like to show pictures with the awardees, especially when we get to these bigger awards. So if you have those and you can send them, please do so. Further reminders for the annual meeting, Donna Cole always puts together our annual chapter slideshow. We have a new deadline for this. We've been announcing this the past few months. She only has about 4 chapters that have submitted photos so far. So please, chapters, continue to gather those 10 photos and submit them to Donna Cole for that chapter slideshow. And the new deadline for that is September 30th or sooner. So if you could get your information in and get your 10 photos in to Donna as soon as possible, that will help get everything ready in time for the annual meeting. And then next slide, likewise for the chapter memorials, we're still taking any memorial names and a photo of any member that may have passed since the last annual meeting that you'd like to memorialize on through the chapter slideshow. And different items throughout the annual meeting. So again, this another new deadline, revise the deadline for this, and we'd like to have that information by September 30th. So just all we need is the name of the individual and a photo if you have it.
Okay, and 2 questions that were answered in the chat. Who do we, and saying them out loud for the recording purposes, but who do we submit the 4,000 hour milestone pictures to? Those go to Michelle. And then for the 4,000 plus hour milestones, are we looking for members that are just attending the annual meeting? Yes. We can only recognize during the annual meeting those people that are in attendance at the annual meeting, not the entire statewide worth of milestone award winners, because there's so many of you guys doing so many awesome things. Okay, a few more annual meeting announcements. We are still looking for sponsorships. Sponsorships help to provide additional support for the conference with break services, with additional resources applied into the annual meeting, additional funds that we can apply in different ways for the conference registration pricing. So really appreciate any of our chapters who have provided annual meeting sponsorship, and excited to put those names on a big list and on a big poster this year as well. This is the big one. So this is one that we really want you all to pay attention to here. But we have 4 contests and awards with the same common deadline coming up next Tuesday. So Tuesday, September 1st at 5 o'clock, we will close accepting advisor, project, video contest, and photo art and media contests. And I'm going to go through each of these individually. The advisor awards. So right now we do not have any current advisor award nominations. So make sure that you're putting your chapter advisor award nomination packets together. This is a great way to recognize that individual chapter advisor or team of advisors that has been helping you throughout the past year, helping you to operate your chapter from either of our state sponsoring agencies, AgriLife Extension or Parks and Wildlife Department. So really think about recognizing the work that they put in to support your chapter operations. The other big one that we would really like to make sure that we get some great entries for, and we have started to receive a few here, but is our project fair. We would love to have a way to recognize, this is our way to recognize the fantastic projects that you guys are doing out in the field, by having you showcase the projects that you think are the premier projects in your chapters. And so consider putting together a project fair. It's a short written paragraph is the original entry, and that is what is due by September 1st. And then as part of that project fair, you give a 20-minute short presentation on our TMN Tuesday 2 weeks later. And so that's your way to talk about, here's how we've done this project, here's the tools that we've used, here's the learning lessons, here's the impact that it's made. Those are the type of great project fair entries that have been successful in the past. And there is an award, a monetary project grant award associated with the top places for our project fair. So please consider showcasing some of the great work that we know that you guys are doing in your projects, in your communities. With that, Michelle, you're looking for some judges to help us judge the project fair, correct?
Yep, still looking for judges. We need chapter advisors from both agencies who are willing to be a judge on that panel. Main thing is everybody needs to be available on the 15th, roughly from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Again, as we get all of the submissions in, we'll have a more final time frame depending on how those line up. I'm also looking for volunteers to assist with the judging panel as well. We just ask that if you're a chapter that is submitting a project fair entry, that we're looking for chapter advisors and volunteers that are from chapters that are not submitting an entry this year. So just to keep everything non-biased as much as possible. And everybody should be available on September 5th. This is an entirely virtual opportunity for people to get volunteer service hours. So if you know of a member who would be a good addition to the judges panel, they've maybe have worked in their chapter on their chapter board previously, but they're struggling to get some service hours in, this would be a great opportunity. If the heat keeps up the way it is, it's another way to get some easy air-conditioned hours in as well. So the only thing is that we do need to have the people available on the 15th, roughly that time frame. So yeah, if you have an interest in that, just send me a note.
Okay. And then our final 2 contests and projects that are happening with a deadline of September 1st is our video contest and our photo art and media contest. For our video contest, if you have a member who is interested in taking videos and providing some short 1 to 3 minute, providing a 1 to 3 minute showcase of a chapter project, a chapter highlight, a chapter impact, something about your chapter that we can utilize for this video contest, please consider submitting that through the portal that's listed on our website. So the past 3 contests that we talked about, I'm going to go back 3 slides. The first 3 contests here are chapter-based entries. So our chapter advisor awards, our chapter project fair, and it really should call it the chapter video contest. The third or the fourth one here, our photo art media contest, is a little bit of a mix bag. So we have both individual member categories and chapter categories. So starting on the right-hand column at the bottom, you see that we have 3 chapter submission categories. Your chapter newsletter can be submitted in our photo art and media contest. Your chapter scrapbook or a chapter brochure that you've created over the past couple of years, past year, can be submitted through our chapter brochure photo art and media contest entry. So those are the chapter entries, but then we also have in our photo art and media, we have individual entries. So going back to the left-hand column here, we have individual member submissions for photos in these 9, I think it's 9, these 9 different photo categories and the 3 art categories that are there on the top right. So please consider entering those. We've had some fantastic photos submitted so far, and just really look forward to these photos every year as a way to really showcase some of the fantastic talent that you all have within your membership and within your chapters. Okay, so I'm going to take a deep breath here and ask, on annual meeting, what other questions are you currently getting from your membership that we can help to answer today or through additional emails and website information in the future? For the scrapbook entries, I see one question in the chat. Shayna asked, for the scrapbook entries, do they have to be the 2026 in progress scrapbook, or can it be the 2025 scrapbook? Honestly, Shayna, I have to go back and look at the rules. I don't remember if we put
It's
a
all of the
year.
above. It can be
Yeah.
all of the above. We just ask that your chapter scrapbook not have one within the last 3 years.
Thank you. Okay, any other questions that y'all are hearing from your members on annual meeting that we can help to answer? Feel free to drop those in the chat as we're going through, so we can make sure that we get those resources pulled together for you. Speaking of resources, I can go through the chapter website. Is our kitchen sink. Hannah, you want to go through this one since you're back?
Sure. As we mention all the time, the chapter website is our kitchen sink. If you have a question on things annual meeting, TMN Tuesday, pollinators, anything that we have coming up, it is probably on the website. So make sure you go and do a little browse there first. Also, one thing to keep in mind, especially with all of the annual meeting stuff coming up, is signing up for our email listserv. That is one of the quickest ways, aside from just following us on socials, to make sure you stay updated on everything that's going on with TMN in general, but also the annual meeting. And of course, with our partners as well, a lot of them will share events and other resources that they have coming up on that listserv as well. So make sure you are signed up and that your chapter members are signed up for that, because it's a really great way to be the first to know about all that information.
Speaking of websites, we also have some WordPress trainings coming up. Our September WordPress Tech Tuesday is going to be Tuesday, September 1st at noon with Ashley Westerfeld, who is our Master Naturalist and Master Gardener website project coordinator. And so that link was shared out with all chapter presidents and webmasters, and I'll be sharing it out one more time as we get ready for next week's webinar. And then as a reminder for all of those webmasters, our folks that are working on your chapter website, please make sure that you are submitting your first call tickets through the new updated email address, which is mgmnsupport@ag.tmu.edu. Those go directly to Ashley, and they also make sure that any ticket content is tracked and marked for making sure that we're utilizing the best resources for her time here.
So on the topic of resources, we have our chapter templates and resources page. Just a reminder that password is changed annually. So for 2026, it was changed to a new password from what it was back in 2025. That email was sent out at the beginning of the year. If you have trouble finding it and you're having issues logging in, just email me though, and I can send you that password as well. And then just a reminder that it will be updated for 2027. So we'll kind of go through the same thing again of a new password for 2027. Once we hit that, that's a little bit down the line. But some two new things that were added from our conversation back at the last communications director roundtable are some social templates. And so we have two new ones, a chapter project highlight social media post and a chapter project workday social media post. So the highlight is if you have a project that you just really want to give a good feature on, we have that both with vertical and horizontal photos. And then if you have an upcoming workday on one of your projects, we also have a template for you to use for that, which also has a vertical and horizontal photo options. So if you are interested in using those are added on that chapter templates and resources page. And again, if you need the password for any reason, just feel free to shoot me an email. And you're able to share these with your communications directors, anyone you have on the communications team. We just want to keep it pretty internal to master naturalists, since they are very, master naturalist focused, but you are allowed to share that information with those who do communications for your chapters. I forgot I had these in here. These are, I'm not going to read through every little word because we've gone through these a lot before, but just the typical monthly reminder about using the TMN title, when you can use it, when you cannot use it. All of these are outlined in our chapter documents as well as in that brand guide. And on the next one as well, just reminders about using the TMN logo and using chapter marks. And again, if you need chapter marks, if you don't know how to make them or don't want to take the time to make them, I've already made all of them, so you can just shoot me an email. Actually, don't shoot me an email. I have a form, both on the brand page and on that chapter templates and resources page that you can fill out, saying which mark option you want, which colors you need, what type of files you need, all those things. So fill out that form and then I will send you those chapter marks. So yeah, if you need them, fill out that form and I can get them to you, but just general reminders about using the TMN logo because it is trademarked.
VMS updates. So the big story here is there haven't been any. In fact, there's so few updates on VMS right now that our team is only meeting on an as-needed basis. So everything at this point is in the contractor's hands right now, with no input or involvement from our VMS team at Samaritan's direction. And as I mentioned, we don't have updates on the project from the past month. But rest assured, we are, our team is still monitoring, checking every day. We do see that there are different changes and problems being made day to day, and we report those as soon as we find them or as soon as you find them and submit a help desk ticket. And we're in a point right now where we understand, we've been told there's changes coming. We haven't been a part of testing those changes, so we don't really know what they look like or what they will do yet. We are receiving them real time when they come out. Even the communication on when they will come out is that schedule is off. And we haven't received communication, prior communication on when things will come out, if they come out. So just to note that you're in the same boat as we are. And the VMS team, we are checking on things daily. We're tracking things. We're trying to get timely communications out as soon as we know things, or see them as we find things. And we're reporting tickets as we see them and find them ourselves as well. So hopefully there will be more of an update next month.
Michelle, there's a question in the chat. Beverly wants to know about the videos that are required and if those have dropped yet.
Nope. No updates.
Okay, good. Capturing that for the recording's sake. Okay. Last couple of slides here as we're going through our TMN merchandise. Just as a reminder, we do have our state offered Master Naturalist items those are offered through our pop-up store that I talked about earlier, or through our AgriLife Learn store, which is on the next slide here. If you are interested in producing a local chapter produced item, you must follow our marketing and brand guidelines for logo use. You must have also gotten the approval for the TMN logo use from the state office, which either goes through that form that Hannah was mentioning or through an email with her. And just know that there is sometimes a turnaround time, a longer turnaround time, especially as our team is focused in on annual meeting content over the next couple of weeks. So please keep that in mind. Our AgriLife Learn store is restocked right now, and we just made a big order for hats, visors, tablecloths, and wicking shirts, and those are all in stock on our AgriLife Learn store, which is agrilifelearn.tamu.edu there. And then just sharing another update here, our TMN license plate. I won't pull the Q3 report until September 1st, so I'll share that when I have that report with y'all. But here is our Master Naturalist license plate, both personalized and non-personalized options for you to be able to put on your vehicle, or encourage your new training class members to advertise and put on the put the Master Naturalist name on their vehicles, which also then generates support for the program financially as well. As well as our endowment. Our TMN endowment is a great way to continue to memorialize those Master Naturalist members who have passed or who have made a major impact within your chapter. So please make sure that you're thinking about the Master Naturalist endowment with that specific avenue, or as you're thinking about individual or chapter gifts for the endowment, employer gift matching, or even your own personal estate planning. The Master Naturalist Endowment is currently housed within the A&M Foundation with support from both the Parks and Wildlife Foundation and the A&M Foundation for this snowball effect for our endowment there. If you've got any questions, feel free to give me a holler about that, or go to that masternaturalistendowment.org website there. Okay, last but not least, we have our end of the year succession planning. Michelle, you want to cover this one, and then we'll close out the meeting today.
Yep, just a reminder that chapter nominations and elections are coming up soon. I've heard of some chapters planning already. So just a reminder, as you're kind of we're nearing the last quarter of the calendar year, so begin planning your new year board retreats, and then recognize, we mentioned it at the beginning of the meeting, that the November and December meetings will be joint event meetings with the TMN Tuesday and President's meetings. So all are invited to attend those, and we especially hope that your new incoming officers can attend those as well. So please keep those items on your radar for informing new presidents and chapter advisors that would be joining you in the 2027 year. They can attend in the November and December meeting. And if you're not able to attend the Master Naturalist annual meeting in October yourselves, it'd be great to I put your candidate, or if you already know at that point that a person has been elected to a position, they could be your designee as well to attend the chapter advisor and president's meeting at the annual meeting. And then lastly, kind of more of that succession planning in December. At the end of December, don't forget to update your chapter leadership for the new year in VMS. So kind of look forward to doing that at the end of December and certainly early January. When we start communicating with chapters in the new year, the 2027 year, we pull all of that information, the contacts for communicating with you from VMS. So it really helps if that information is updated and we can communicate with the correct officers for the correct year.
Okay, that closes out today's chapter presidents and advisors meetings, unless there's any additional questions. We do have our calendar check here just to keep that in mind. And then Michelle made this fantastic slide for us, which I thought was a great way to pull all of those deadlines that we set spread across all of the previous slides into one spot. So please feel free to take a screenshot of this. Again, all of this and the recording, all these slides and the recording will be on our website here within the next couple of hours, if not first thing tomorrow morning. But with that, we are done speaking unless there are any other questions that need to be addressed. If there are no other questions, we really appreciate y'all and everything that you're doing. Please feel free to reach out if you've got any questions or going through these slides. And yeah, we look forward to seeing each of you at the annual meeting in Waco. Really excited for the event this year.